See, this is a video on 9 tips to 9 bands. It means if you practice all the tips which I show in this video, definitely you will get the best out of it and you can score 9 bands in your IELTS exam. Whenever you want to sit for IELTS, just watch this video and you can crack it. So if you want to connect, you can also connect me through WhatsApp, through Telegram, YouTube videos, Facebook and Instagram. So let's see what we have in the bucket today, what we have in the list today. Tip number 1, which is the simplest one but quintessential, very important, that is skimming. Skimming can be done in various ways. It can be, what I used to do was I used to make an S and then used to mark the important keywords. Skipping can be done by underlining, then locating the information, or finding out the specific phrases like numbers, proper nouns, capitals, inverted commas, or a hyphen, whatever is given in this form. If you read the just two or first two lines of each of the paragraphs, then you can get the central idea, the main idea, the gist of the reading passage. One thing is that. The other thing is how to locate the information. As I told you, underlining the words like 700 million. I'll just mark one word in the first line. Why so? Because this is going to catch the attention of the reader. Then vehicles, then 40 million. So I have marked, and it is not mandatory that whatever I have underlined, the same words you will also do. In this way, I will find the word which I have the easier things. This will be the last one. Now after that I'll go to the questions. I'll again mark the keywords there. I'll come back to the passage and find the words related to it or similar to it. Next one, in tip 2, if you find inner monologue. Now what does it mean? Inner monologue means whenever you read something, the inner voice, the thinking voice that is distracting you, means you're reading and side by side you're also visualizing the thing. So if you want to improve your speed, if you want to improve the reading part and you want to get 9 bands in it, this is must. This is very important. Don't read the words one by one. Just visualize it, connect it with the other word and go on. If you will, suppose you speak slow, obviously the reading will be slower. So don't utter a word while reading. In skimming technique, nobody might have told you about word chunking. What is that? Why do we use it? Because word chunking is quite a good thing and a unique thing in the reading part. Nobody might have told you how to skim like this. If you chunk the words, if you broaden your reading vision, then definitely you can score well. Because if you're reading just one word at one point, obviously you cannot score well. You need to improve the speed. You need to improve have the faster pace. For that, you have to read 750 to 1000 words per minute, or I would say 10 pages in 10 minutes. If you can do that, it means you have got the mastery over it. You have scored very well then. I have written in tip 4 that timer is very important. A stopwatch is very important. What is the difference? Everybody does that. How would it take you to the 9 band technique? This timer is only for the skimming part which I'm talking about. It means in skimming, if you do it in just 2 or 3 minutes, the whole passage is read in just 2 to 3 minutes, the skimming is done in these minutes, then definitely you can read faster, you can perform the task well, and you can find out the answers in a very easier way. Using a pencil obviously, because it has a tip. You must have a focus, you must need to concentrate more. It will help you to read one by one word at a time. And why I have written read the question first. I always recommend the students to read the passage first and then go to the question, then scanning. If you have got the mastery, if you are expert in all the previous points which I discussed here in this video, then you can read the questions first. Yes, you can read the questions first because it will be easy for you to find out the similar words or the synonyms. If you're faster, only then. In this tip 5, I have mentioned how to divide the time for each passage because you have 60 minutes and you have 40 questions. If I divide it, it would be 20 minutes for each passage, but here is a twist. You need to give 15 minutes for passage 1, 15 minutes for passage 2, and 25 minutes for passage 3. Roughly a minute for each and every question. It means you need 15 seconds to read and understand the question and read the passage again to find out the information, and 30 seconds. Think carefully how to answer it and just write down. This is going to be done with a lot of practice. Tip number 6 is hierarchy of the passage and the questions. Again, this might not be told by any of the trainers or any of the websites, because hierarchy of the passage, what is it? See, I always ask the students to choose between the first and the second passage based on the interest, the understanding, and the subject knowledge. Suppose I am a science student and I get a reading passage on history or general knowledge which I'm least bothered, least interested about. So what will I do? It would be difficult for me to understand the passage first of all, right? So what is your interest? If the topic is about the music, if it is about games, so it will be easier for me to look for the words because I know the subject. I can understand it well. So better to check the passage and the title of the passage. But make sure that the questions which are given in the passage, they are according to the hierarchy which I have mentioned here. Suppose the diagram labeling is to be done first if it is given, then the table completion, fill in the blanks, question answer. In the same way, headings should be done, must be done at the end of the task. If you have completed all the other questions, only then go to the headings part, completed, because you have already answered, you have already done each and every type of questions. Now you know the passage well, so it will be easier for you to find the headings, correct? And if you get a question, suppose match the headings and MCQs in the second passage, but the topic is interesting, still don't go for it. Why so? Because the headings are quite difficult and the tedious ones. It will be time consuming. So I'll opt for the first one. So this way you need to think before choosing the right passage to do. Is mastering one. Jack of all trades, master of none. So this cannot be done, and this is actually not acceptable here in reading. If you are finding 37, 38, or if you are getting 27, 25 in reading part, are you actually looking for the 10 questions which are wrong? Or you just go ahead, okay, let's do another reading the another day. If you're doing so, that is actually not correct. When I took the exam, what I did was, if I find difficulty in attempting any one type of questions, I will do it for a week. If suppose I am not able to answer true false not given, so I will just do true false not given type of question in that particular week. After that, I'll change the ones. Number 8, which is very important in answering the reading questions, because the vocabulary, the synonyms, the paraphrasing, that is so difficult for the students because they don't find the similar word in the reading passage, and that is why they lack, and they lag behind too. If the question says in the reading passage we have different something different written there, and you are not able to, so don't get the dictionary in front of you and find out the words there and then go to the reading passage again. If you are going to do that way, obviously it is time consuming and you cannot get the hold of it in a month or a two. Suppose the crime rate has been increasing, so I have written it. If we have to see, we have to look for, there has been a rise in criminal activity. So they have not given the similar word, same word actually. They have given the similar word in a different manner. There has been a rise, rise means increasing, and criminal activities, obviously it will be crime. In the same way, if it is written in the late 1800s, so they have written the later part of the 19th century. So first of all, you need to practice the synonyms part, paraphrasing part in the reading passage. Only then it will be easier. It will be like a cakewalk for you to solve all the reading questions in a perfect manner. Last but not the least, tip 9, which is on grammar. Spellings in grammar, they are obviously they must be done in a perfect way, because if you write a noun instead of a verb form, you will not get good bands. Obviously, it will be striked up. And so I have given an example here. After flying planes for the Air Force, he went on to do a job as a pilot with a commercial airline. He worked as both a military and dash pilot. Now, if I say a commercial pilot, then it means it has three words. If it is written there just one word only, then it will be a problem for you because you have written a commercial pilot. So, should we write, uh, should we fill up the gap with an article or not? This has become a problem for every student. They are in a doubt all the time whether to write the and in front of the word or not. First, look for how many words you need, how many words are required there. The gap will never need a grammar word, means article, quantifier, auxiliaries, pronouns, etc. The gap will always need a content word. So you have to look for the content first of all, means commercial. If they have said, if they have mentioned one word only, obviously a won't come there. So the use of both is common in this blank, and then check what type of word you need. Here you need an adjective to describe a pilot, not an article. So obviously commercial will be the answer here. When I took the test, I was the one who was doing actually these things in a particular way, and I'm sure these tips will help you out to sort your problem and keep it very flexible so that you can also master over it. You can also get the expertise over it, and you can do the reading part in such a good manner. Just do it, complete the reading part. If you want any kind of practice, you want any kind of material, you can contact me on my WhatsApp. We have WhatsApp groups on the name of Masterclass IELTS. We can join that WhatsApp group. You can also contact me on Telegram because all the material is provided there as well. But don't forget to like and watch the videos which are given on Sapna Master IELTS, because those are quite easier and that is tried and tested ones. I hope you liked it and you will nail it. All the best. Good luck for your exam.